You head into the meta, you got beautiful souvenirs from me. We got a video from this guy. He's a walla for a big time shark funding expert, maybe too. But he never seemed to find that like a shark. I can tell you these things. Yes, in the name of conservation, but he never found him. I watch many of these for him now, but I never found him. I not see them in the background. The shark come for him. I not see that. That confused me, and I got the problems. I had the bigger problems and I have, but now I got the less problems. I can see the feet now. I can see the feet of him. But I can tell you that what I tell this man Shady, I said I'm not passionate for you. I'm passionate now for ugly Suzanne than the pub. I tell this man Shady that. And then she make a laugh of me. Not laugh. That's not the word I look for. She make fun. Make fun of me. She even tell me these things. She tell me that Johnny Rottencock, even he got better love making skills. He got a better love making skills against her than me maybe too. But that's not true, because I watched him. I've had this colostomy bag many times for that, and he not got them. Not got them skills that I have got to possess against her. But I'm going to use them now on ugly Susan. I go down to the pub and I tell her. Ugly Susan, you and me need to be passionate for one another now. I can tell these things. It's Christmas time. I want to put a fat boy inside of you. That's what I tell her. And then I had to break a smasher's heart. But then she make a fun of me. Make fun of my lovemaking. I can tell these things. But now in the realm of the Tagashaka, I can see that. That we are there searching. Yes, in the name of conservation, always, I can tell these things. I'm going to tell Ugly Susan many things so too. Like how I want to be passionate with her, because I do. She's beautiful to me. I'm going to call her Beautiful Susan. I say, Beautiful Susie, let me sing to you sometimes. I wanna feel passionate against you. And then I soothe her. I soothe her to these things. But we're looking for the dark shark. I can tell these things. The ugly Susan is a beautiful woman. She got a nice personality too. I can tell these things. I just don't want to rub her feet. I can tell you. I'm going to do many things for her. I can tell, like maybe even make her like a sweater. I make it out of wool. Grandma BUSHTICK teach me. She teach me how to sew, but also how to knit. That's a special technique of mine. I need these things for my lovers, and I say things to them. I'm going to write a special on that one, and then on the back I'm going to have it to say, "A beautiful Susie is the lover of BUSHTICK MICK at the Christmas time." And then pretty soon I'm going to get a tree for her too. I need to do that. I need to impress her with my skills. I can tell you this. I walk into the bush. And then I select a tree that maybe Ugly Susie would like. Maybe one without too many bush ticks. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if Ugly Susan is immune to bush ticks. The high possibility she not, because I need to be careful with my lovers. I can tell these things. One of my lovers was taken from me. I can tell that taken by snake bite. And I'll not make the same mistake with Ugly Susan. She's too beautiful. Far too beautiful for that. I can tell these things. But we are looking into the realm of the Tagashaka now. You and me are soothing. What you need to do, I can tell these things. It need to happen. You need to be soothed by me. I can tell these things. I'm going to soothe Ugly Susan too. I need to do that. I maybe need to soothe her before I put a fat boy inside of her. And she'll maybe not make a fun of me and my love making. Look at that. That are beautiful to me. I can see into that. And they look like a beautiful vegetable to me. They're like my brother. He found the vegetables are beautiful. That I not find the vegetables are beautiful, but that to me look like a vegetable and it's beautiful. But Veggie Richie too. He not get me yet. I'm not sure what he doing for Christmas. But I tell you what he not doing. Not getting his filthy hands on to BUSHTICK MICK for beating him. I beat him good that time at this moment. That's what I said to my father. Sometimes we reunite and I say things to him. Like I remember when I was the apple of your eye for beating Reggie. But now my father focus all on things onto regional again. It make me sick. But now I get away from the smell chili and the rotten cocks and the little fat boy. I not even miss him. He was a terrible little boy, I can tell you that. I now got only one focus for me, and that beautiful. That's what I call her. I not call her ugly Suzanne. Look at the beautiful fish. I can see them. You can see to them. But it's important for you to know that it's not nice to call the ladies ugly Suzanne. Just because everybody else in the pub I call her that. I call her beautiful Suzanne. Me and the beautiful Suzanne spend the Christmas time together. Maybe I can tell these things. Look at this, a beautiful fish. Yes, I even maybe get a beautiful Susan, maybe some kind of a Christmas gift. I can tell these things. Look at that beautiful fish. That a coral trout. I can tell you, I know that. I learn it from these educational wildlife videos that I watch. I watch them all the time. Not a Donny Rottencock. Him and his fat boy now watch Golden Girls. I can tell you. And not going to grow hairs on his chest from Golden Girls. No, that's not what's going to happen. But now me and beautiful Susan, maybe we make a fat boy. I tell her I'm going to put a fat boy in her, but it might not be a fat boy. It might be a fat girl. And then we have to call her beautiful too. That's good for her. You not call her a fat girls a fat girls. Nobody does that. What kind of thing is that to do? But you can always call a fat boy because you call a spade, and a fat boy is a fat boy. The fat boys make me sick too. But we can soothe now to this. I'm going to maybe have a nice Christmas now, a beautiful Christmas with a beautiful Suzanne. And maybe even get a beautiful tree for her. I cannot wait to do that. Look at that beautiful thing. That reminds me. It reminds me of a beautiful Suzanne now. And the fish too. I can see into that fish. Maybe into its soul. It need conservation. It need to be soothed at that fish. Yeah, beautiful things. See these. And education too. We can educate to that. I maybe need to educate a beautiful Susan. Not too sure if she educated. I tell her I got a meeting right now, and she say yes. That suggests to me maybe she not full quid. But that's alright. I'm going to impress her. And then maybe even just stalk her until she let me, and until she let me come into her and say, I want to express myself to you. I want to be passionate. Let us live together and celebrate the Christmas. Celebrate the Christmas time with presents. We can give them to one another. Maybe even beautiful Susan will for sure have to give me more presents than I give her. But it's not that count. I can tell these things. Look at that beautiful thing. So you can focus onto that. Focus onto that to soothe together. It's very important for me now to think about the ways to soothe a beautiful Susan. She's so beautiful to me, and maybe need to soothe her passionately. I can tell these things. I need to treat her right, beautiful ways, the ways of beauty. Maybe even I can tell you other things about her. Sometimes I listen to her, and she make a noise. She make a noise from her bottom at the pub. She think I don't listen to her, but I can hear them. Squeaking farts from her. Squeaking bum farts, man. And that I know. That I know. I can see that not what is smellishly done. Smellishly done fatback farts. That hurt me. They hurt my soul. I can tell these things. But not the farts of a beautiful Susan. Maybe they smell nice too. I cannot know these things. Because I only creep up and listen. And I lost my sense of smell when I was a young lad, I can tell you. It was due to a bushmeat cooking incident with my father. There's that wildlife fire. Look at him. I can see into his eyes. The beautiful. He's studying too. Yes, like a marine biologist, but maybe even more. Maybe even more. Like what do I make out of beautiful Susan? I make more out of her. That's what I said to you. I'm going to make more out of you, Suzanne. And we're going to be beautifully passionate together. I only want to be passionate with you and maybe even soothe you. Look at him. The haircut. Haircut of an action man. Yes, it's important to study the reef. And that's what he's doing. And then they're looking maybe for fish, but also the tiger shark. He's searching for maybe this the location. He need to examine the realm of the tiger shark correctly. I can see into the yeah, beautiful, a beautiful man. I can tell that. I got to keep a beautiful Susan away from him. Because she should only ever want to mate with him, and I need to secure mating rights with her myself. I can tell these things. I'm not too sure if she good mating material. She might not have a good genetics, but I just don't want to be with Smell Shelley. I'd never want to be with her at the Christmas time. Too many rotten cockers are there. Johnny Rottencock is the most unpleasant, but Ronnie Rottencock and Donny Rottencock, they're both as unpleasant as her fat boy. But these things are beautiful. Important for things. In the name of conservation, we can see them grow. We need to make sure of that. We need to look after these things. Maybe you can help them. Maybe a wildfire like this guy. Look at him studying. Studying these things. And like me, I study my beautiful, beautiful Susan. She's beautiful for me. I can tell these things. I like things about her. I just want to treat her right, like a professional. I tell you these things. Professionalism, I carry that on to my lovemaking. I can tell you these things. I need to tell her these things as well. I get passionate. I get so passionate sometimes for that. Ugly Susan does not need to know these things. She no longer needs to hear people call her Ugly Susan. She's a beautiful Susan. I'm going to put a fat boy inside of her. And then she may give birth to that. And I live with her and the fat boy that I create with her. I put a lot of thinking time into that. There was no one in the pub except a beautiful Susan. That's what we call her now. And I tell her I'm going to make a fat boy from you, man. We're going to be passionate together too. What is that? That looks something like that's a beautiful fish maybe too. Beautiful fish. I can tell that the beautiful Susan would love to serve a beautiful fish like this. Look at it. That is a thing of beauty, a thing of passion too, like a Susan. I should maybe call her passionate Susan. That's what I want from her, passion, and she got it. I can tell that. I look at her, I listen to her squeaky fast, and I can tell. She's got a passion inside of her. Sometimes she got gas inside of her too, but she released that. I look at that, a beautiful thing. That's a beauty to me. That beauty to you too, we can suit to that. Beautiful Susan needs me in her life, I can tell you. Look at this thing, it needs a wildfire, in its life. But the beautiful Susan needs me. She needs me. I can pass my immunity on to our children. I'm immune to BUSHTICKS. Can tell that. And other things too. My Grandma BUSHTICK teach me to be passionate and kind to women, like beautiful Susan. I'm going to stroke her beautiful head, I can tell. It is so beautiful to me. I'm going to do that with my hands. I stroke it. If any demons are inside of it, they come out of that from that. She maybe got the demons inside of her too, the fat boy. I was going to release the demons from him, but I never want to touch him. He got the ringworms. Look at the habitat of the fish. Not the beautiful, but the fat boys get the ringworms. That's common, I can tell you. I might have to tell her too that you got to clean our fat boys when we make them. They got to stay clean and not to spread the filthy things to me. Look at this. That the haircut of an action man, I can tell. Yes, studying too, looking for things maybe down there. The fishing line. He found this. That's not good. Yes, that's not good. That thing, that's falling apart. Yes, I can study that. Yes, and I scan that with my eyes for fishing line too. Maybe bud anchor. Maybe that'll take that. Nobody can know these things about me and the marine biologist too, maybe. But I can tell beautiful Susan is got a beautiful head on her beautiful shoulders. She's smart too, maybe. Look at that fish. Look at that fish. But I know I want to make a fat boys with high IQ. High IQ fat boys, not a low IQ. They do things to cats. I can tell you these things. But that is beautiful. That's a pack of hunting fish. Yes, sometimes like the tiger shark is hunting back, but not the man-eating tiger shark. No, that alone are there, looking for its prey. I can see the fish. I can see there's a beautiful fish down there, mate. But I can tell you many things about what I need to do. I need to do them to ugly Susan. But she's a beautiful, so we call her beautiful Susan now, and then I do them to her. I not want to do them to ugly Susan, only to beautiful Susan. I only ever get the ugly women, and that's why I need to get the beautiful one. I call her that. Her name is the beautiful Susan to me, and I found that very attractive. It helped me. It helped me to mate with her when the time comes. But the first I need to be passionate with her. I need to be nice to her. I can't tell these things. I look at these fish. Look at them. They're beautiful. They're all of them, each of them on the front line of conservation. I can tell that in the realm of the tiger shark, like me and Susan on the realm of passion, close to one another, that's what we're going to be. Beautiful fish. Fish poo maybe too. Lot of everywhere in his eyes and snorkel too. He like that. He's a walla for it. He thrive on that. It's good for him. I can tell you, like a Susan, I tell you what, good for her. It's passion. I love her and be respectful to her too. I say these things to her. I say, Susan, look at me. We're going to be very passionate together, you and me. I can tell these things. I like to see them. I like to pitch them like into my brain. Like a fantasy maybe too. I fantasize about you, beautiful Susan. I fantasize about the fat boys I put inside of you. I can tell you that. Look at these fish. Each of them is a beautiful miracle of nature. I like the fat boy I will create inside of my beautiful Susan. Deep inside of her, I place my fat boy, and from there it will grow into a big juicy fat boy. Look at these beautiful things. I feel passionate for them. I can feel passion stirring inside of me. Yes, I can get a good look at that. That's beautiful to me. Home of hermit crab inside there too. And small fish, a beautiful small fish gather. That are like a mating ground for that. Yes, that's beautiful. Then get a good look at that. I can see it growing. I need to be treasure that and treasure it. I can tell you that need to be treasured. You can cherish things like a beautiful Susan, but you can't treasure her. Only I can do that because I need to mate with her. I can tell these things.